Have you ever hired someone hoping they would free you up, but instead they created way more work? And you're left thinking, why am I still doing all the things? Why can't I find good people? Is this just how leadership feels? If that's you, stick with me. My name is Kathy, and I have built a multi-six-figure pet business in Indiana and have learned some important things along the way. In this video, I'm going to show you how to hire the right people, lead instead of manage, and I'll give you actionable steps you can implement today during your hiring process. Here's a truth that most business owners, especially women, learn the hard way. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems and standards. Most people don't have a people problem. They have a leadership problem and a structure problem. And when leadership is unclear, hiring becomes expensive, exhausting, and emotional. So let's fix the foundation. Let's define this clearly, because confusion here creates burnout. A boss operates from authority alone. A boss gives all the orders, focuses on control, measures activity, not results, needs compliance to feel successful. People work for a boss and they leave a boss as soon as they can. On the opposite hand, a manager focuses on tasks and processes. A manager will oversee the checklists, track completion, keeps things moving day to day. Managers are necessary, but here's the danger. A manager without vision can still bury the owner. They manage the work, but they don't multiply the mission. On the other hand, a leader operates from an identity, clarity, and standards. A leader will think in the outcomes, not tasks, builds people, not dependency, designs the business to run without them, leads through example, not pressure. People will follow a leader. A players align with leaders, and leaders build businesses that last. Here's a principle pulled straight from foundational business thinking. Most people don't own businesses, they own a job with overhead. Why? Because they hire people in the chaos. They don't define the roles, the outcomes, authority, the decision-making power. So every hire becomes another person asking questions instead of solving the problems. A leader builds the business first, then hires into it. Leadership starts before the hire. You model what you want repeated. If you're rushing, they will rush. If you operate emotionally, they react emotionally. If you're changing expectations weekly, they stay confused. But when you lead with clear standards, clear roles, and clear outcomes, you attract people who thrive in clarity. That's the business becomes a mirror of the leader. An A player is not defined by skill alone. An A player has ownership. They take responsibility without being chased. They're coachable. They value feedback over ego. They're emotionally mature and they don't bring drama into the system. And there are roles that are aligned and they are wired for that seat that they're in. Here's the key. The right people in the wrong roles still fail. Leadership is about correct placement, not pressure. This is where DISC comes in, and this is powerful. DISC. DISC helps you understand how someone is wired, not just what they've done. Here's a simple breakdown. D for dominant. They are decisive, fast, and results driven. They're great for leadership, sales, and decision making. I is influence, is people focused, enthusiastic. They're great for client experience and marketing culture. S is steady. They are loyal, consistent, supportive, great for operations and support and follow through. And C is conscientious. They're detailed, analytical, precise, and they're great for finance systems, quality control. But the mistake most people make is hiring people they like instead of people who fit in those roles. DISC helps remove emotion and wisdom to hire. Let's get practical. Step 1 is design the role before the person. Write the role as if you're replacing yourself. Define the outcomes, authority, what success looks like in 90 days. Step 2 is hire for qualification, train for skill. Use DISC early. Ask, how do you like to work? How do you make decisions to your employees? What environments do you thrive in? Listen for the alignment. Clarity is kindness. Consistency builds trust, and trust creates performance. Here's something women need to hear. Leadership is not being harsh. Leadership is being clear. You don't have to be aggressive, over-explain, carry everything alone. You lead best when you know who you are, know what you're building, and invite the right people to build it with you. If this helped you see that the clarity for the leaders is different and how to communicate with them, comment below if you're building a business that supports your life, not consumes it. Subscribe because the right people don't create the more work, they create freedom, and that starts with how you lead. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please share it with a friend who needs it and watch this next video. Keep shining, darling. The world needs more of your light.